I usually start with a lat pull down. Works you outside of your lats. It's a good exercise. Plus, for me, I like to do that first to warm up before I start doing any kind of, bent over like rows or anything like that, real heavy stuff. Being in a different gym, it's a little colder here than it is back in Texas. So I wanted to be good and warmed up before I started doing T-bar rows, one-arm rows, these kind of things. I don't have a real set program for back. I train by how I feel. My sets, reps, all that stuff kind of change around on a weekly basis sometimes based on how I feel. I try to take everything to failure, especially when I was competing. I try to take every working set to failure. If I had in my mind I was gonna do 10, I got the 10, I had 2 more to do. I could do 2 more, I'd do 2 more. I would train until I couldn't physically move the weight anymore. And then sometimes you go beyond that, that's when you do strip sets. Like when you're doing T-bar row, do as many as you can, pull some weight off and keep going. And that's the way to completely and thoroughly exhaust the muscle. And you get as much blood as possible in there. That translates into growth.
Yeah, that's lightweight. Yep, my weight. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Back was one of my weak points. Actually, when I turned pro back in 2001, I didn't train. I trained for the Nationals for 9 months. That's how long ago. I trained for that show. I didn't do legs one time for that whole prep. I was bottom heavy. I know to win, I didn't want to have the best legs on stage. I wanted to have the best physique on stage, and I wanted to be pro. So I stopped training legs. I focused on upper body. I came in 18 pounds heavier from my previous show, and I won. So consequently, that 18 pounds was from the waist up. After I turned pro, I didn't jump right into the pros. I took a little time off because I still felt my physique wasn't where it needed to be. I had weak points I needed to bring up. 2 things I'd really focus on were shoulders and back. Shoulders sets off your whole symmetry, especially having the kind of quads and calves that I had. If you're not wide up top, you gotta have broad shoulders. You're not gonna look right. And if you don't have good symmetry, you forget about it in the pro league. I would focus on all the things I could control. And training is definitely within your control. So I did these crazy workouts, man, for years and years, and slowly but surely, when the back came up, I started winning the big shows. That's why I pushed myself so hard in the gym. I knew by outworking all my contemporaries that eventually I could beat them on stage. And there wasn't anybody out there I didn't beat at one time or another. I beat guys I should have never beaten. Genetically, they were way superior. But I just wanted it more.
Yeah. Yeah, lightweight.
Fuck. People used to ask me, how do you train so hard and, just consistently like that time and time again? And my answer was, I want to win. And that was true, but now that I'm not competing, it's hard to push yourself to that level. That's being on stage. And just like I said, I never wanted to lose a competition because somebody outworked me. There was nights I would be up in the off season, because you're trying to eat everything you can to try to grow. I'd be up till 1 o'clock in the morning trying to finish my food, just cussing my food, chewing it up, taking a glass of water to swallow it and then get another bite. And I did that for years. So and then flip around, you're getting ready for competition and you're eating 7 times a day and you're starving. I get up at 3 or 4 in the morning and go do my cardio so I can eat breakfast. Train smart. There ain't no shortcuts. There's no drug or no magic pill or any secret formula that's gonna give it to you. If you don't have it, no drug or no pill or no special program is gonna give it to you. It's just hard work. You gotta eat right. Eating is probably 70% of the equation. The other 30% is in here. Your nutrition involves proper supplementation, proper food. That's the hard part, because you got to do it day in and day out. And if you're trying to be a top bodybuilder, it's going to take years and years and years. You're looking at a decade investment of your life and time and hard work, and then maybe, if you have what it takes, you'll get there. For those chosen few that have it.
Yeah, lightweight. Yep.
days, I still train. I will always train as long as I'm physically capable of training because I love it. I still train hard, but I don't. I'll be the first to tell you I don't train at that next level that I did for so long. You know, without having there's really no point in it. Number one, I don't want to get injured, and number two, I'm not stepping on stage to battle. It's hard to find that extra gear. You know, now I want to be in shape for life. You know, I love to hunt. You know, I love the mountains, this kind of stuff. And so when you're trying to crawl through the mountains at 270 pounds, it kicks your ass, especially with your gear and everything else on. You're getting close to 300 pounds at 5'7", and that's a lot of weight. So, you know, I've lost some weight. Still training, still in shape, but I've incorporated some different types of training and some fun stuff. And so I feel great. Physically, I feel better than I felt in a long time.
Yeah, ain't nothing lightweight. Yep. We're gonna be one. Yep. And light. Yeah, lightweight. Ain't no to it.
I think the main thing is I don't eat as much. You know, I was eating 7 meals a day for ever. You know, at least 6 meals a day, sometimes 7 meals a day, depending on what my training program was. So now I eat about 4 times a day. So not quite as many calories, because it's just eating 7 meals a day, guys, if you've never done it, is a job in itself.
Yeah, come on, baby, get some.
I weigh about right now what I used to weigh on stage, and I don't look like that. So, but that being said, you know, I still want to train. I still want to be big. I still take pride in my training, and I enjoy it. You know, especially now. You know, I've got a family, got businesses, and all these things. So that hour and a half of the day, that's my time. That's usually about the only time of the day that belongs to me. So, you know, I cherish that, and that's one thing in life I love to do. I always will. I've actually branched out and started doing some other types of training. Back home, we do, we kind of call it a run and gun. So we go and we train, we do all kinds of stuff, man. We flip tires, carry sandbags, we box, do all this stuff, and it's a continuous, I don't want to say it's a CrossFit type workout, but it's a physical fitness type workout. There's running incorporated into it. And then after all that, then we go and shoot after we get our heart rates up to really hard. So we do that at least 1 day a week. seen so many times these guys and girls say, oh, I can't work, you know, I'm getting ready for competition. I've worked my entire life. Even when I was number 2 in the world, I still worked. And my wife and I always had a business, and we worked, and no matter how well I did, because I knew one day this will be over. And I was very blessed to have a very long career. But you know, if you get one injury, your career can be over.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of opportunities out there, you know, with social media and stuff for the fitness athletes. But you know, you only can be an athlete, you know, even if you're a world-class athlete, you have a very finite amount of time that you can be on top, and you don't do that. Be smart, train smart, don't injure yourself. There's no magic formulas, and no magic pills. Just hard work and dedication. Fucking shit got heavy. If you get there, it's worth it. I've passed my 16-year pro career. I had a blast. I had a time of my life. It's my dream, and I get to live my dream. So it can be done, but you just gotta, it takes time, and you gotta be realistic. Do this because you love doing it. And I never train for fame or for money. I train because I love doing it, and I love competing.